I fully support that. Yes, of course, we need to be selfish. We need to aspire for economic growth. We also need to aspire for ecological integrity. Okay, if you do not aspire for that, that means you do not do anything. Okay, so therefore, keeping that aspiration, we need to draw a line. What is the line up to which I can exploit the nature? Beyond that threshold level, probably nature will react to it, and that is what the disaster that we are facing today. So therefore, the climate change is a real fact, and we need to do that. Debate about sustainability. Okay, human is human race itself is a learner. Actually, we are learning, and we know that development that we have done till today is having a negative impact on the diversity. Therefore, today we have learned that whatever the things that we have done to nature is not right. But we also know that human race has to exist for another millions of years. And the developmental path that we have taken today, where we have reached, difficult for us to go back. We need to actually march ahead. How do you actually march ahead? Is with the development. And therefore, that what it says is, do not only think of a development which we have been doing that in the past, but suffix that with the S, that is your sustainability. And I'm not sure, and I'm little. I don't think that the sustainable word does not. It's not there, or it is not a reality. But I feel that yes, it is human race. So if we can destroy, we can also create things. Therefore, that is what the positive sense that we need to actually take. I would end with saying that I was in Belgaum, talking about one subject on to about 400 engineers basically on appropriate technologies, and I did not speak about appropriate technologies, but I spoke about diversity and various ecosystem approaches that one need to use. There was one very senior executive engineer sitting who was retired. He came back and said, Mr. Dongre, your talk was very nice, but I have something to say. He says, you spoke like a doctor. I said, you spoke like a doctor treating a patient treating a cancer patient who is about to die. The situation is like actually. The situation that we are in today, we do not know whether we will die. We always say that yes, we will die, but technologies will also do a miracle that we can still survive that cancer patient. And that is what the positive attitude probably we need to have. And with the positive attitudes, yes, we can make things better for our future. And we all as a panelist, we all as having a positive attitude, let's look forward and march forward in a way that everything in this world is possible. And conservation itself says, wise use of nature and natural resources. I think that wiseness, wisdom has to be created, and that is what the universities like Goa University can play a very important role. Not only educating the child, but also making the child more wise, so as to take a decision which he should understand what decision is taking, whether it is a right or wrong, and that is what the very essence of education itself. The education doesn't mean that you do a knowledge and extract the whole industry. It's not like that. You need to make a child realize that your action will have these two repercussions. One may be a positive repercussion, and second is a negative repercussion. And that is what we all have been struggling very struggling hard to see to it that child understands negativity and positivity. And I will stop with the note that we are all positive animals. We are human beings with wise brain, and I see a brighter future ahead. But do not without forgetting that climate change is a real fact, and we need to reverse that, and therefore we need to take a lot of mitigation measures, and let's march ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think before giving to the chairman, I would like to, as part of my moderator, I thank Dr. Savita Kirkarji for making a brilliant presentation on. Of course, I think we would come and listen to you about salt pans, because I have an interest in working on the marine ecosystem. Professor Janardhanamji, I think is a great friend of mine. We will again talk about positivity and sustainability aspect maybe in near future. A friend of mine, Mahesh Kumar Shangu, both of us come from a very a district called Bidar, where we hardly have about 3% or 4% of the geographical area under the forest cover. We have a huge passion about conserving the forest and wildlife. We studied together for almost 4 years, and we share the concern about protection. Dr. S.V. Barpute, I have interacted with Dr. Barpute for the last so many years, has a very common goal of protecting the native breeds of livestock, and we all need to support him. Dr. Manoj Ghodkar, a great friend of mine. I started work with, when I came to Goa, the first person that I hold him was Dr. Manoj Ghodkar. We have grown for last 11 years together, and we have so many years to grow again. Thank you very much, Professor G.N. Naik, who has chaired this session and made this evening meaningful, at the same time knowledgeable and informative. Thank you very much.
There's a nice, wonderful, moderator we got. I actually asked him to conclude, but later I thought that I need to speak a few things, not many. In fact, the first thing is, on behalf of the panel, we have the experts here. I'd like to thank Goa CMS Vatavaran for giving a nice opportunity to discuss an issue which is an important thing possibly mankind has to think of. Our moderator has specifically mentioned that Goa University has to give large input for this. The takeaway message is that the climate change, as we have heard, we have many more things to do. It is not possible by any one individual scientist to come out with that climate change and this is what is happening. It is not the subject. All of you and we over here, or many more, the scientists of the world who are working, has to really put their efforts to understand the climate change. It is a complex, really a complex subject. Now, question now today was climate change and the biodiversity. Just now, why I came over here is to basically because our moderator said that mankind has to survive for millions of years. I really got up thinking that no, I need to speak. When you look back 500 million years back and the biological the system, how exactly it has changed, we have come around 50 to 60,000 years back, the human race has come. We may survive for another 50,000 years if maximum we think of. And before that, something else, some other biological creature, 100% will appear on the earth. Because it's a system of evolution. Please note, the biological evolution, nobody can stop. We are not the great, we are not the end, please. We are possibly somewhere, we don't know, in the beginning or in the middle or in the later part of the whole evolutionary history. But what we have done is large damage to the ecosystem where we are living on the earth. And therefore, the second message which we need to think of is directly on Goa, possibly mining and other issues which we are talking about. We need to somewhere make not a stop, but a slowdown in our requirements and think of ourselves that how long our younger or newer generation who are coming, how long and what kind of environment we need to give it to them. So possibly our approach for the environment itself will change. Thank you very much for sparing your time and wonderful. Thank you.